Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and thank you for joining me. We're looking at Space Zombies on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Mikro Gen in 1983, so it's quite an early shooter. Now the actual instructions say this is the meanest and most addictive game ever produced. Well, bear in mind this is 1983, so it might not have aged too well, but it's for 1 to 2 players. In essence, it's like a Galaxians type, Space Invaders type game where you're shooting zombies from space. So, level 1. Now, the waves get more and more creative each time. I'm that yellow guy down the bottom, which I'm sure you realise. Ooh, blimey. So it moves quite quickly then, although there is 3 different speeds. Slow, normal, which are on now, and fast. Animates really well. Don't look much like zombies. They've put a TIE fighter in there by the looks of things. And they've also included one of my favourite things for these sort of games, a moving star drop. So that's good. It could have made it all just a plain screen. 1983, they've done scrolling stars, which is great. Now, first of all, although this game is basic, for the era it's quite good. Things are shooting quite a bit at you, and the zombies, although they don't look like zombies, are quite varied. But as a kid playing this, you could convince yourself in your mind, your creative mind back then, that these were actually some kind of space zombie. So level 2. We'll just do 1 player, because as per usual, I'm the only person here. Just weave backward and forward. There's no smart bomb or anything like that. You do get an extra life every 2,000 points, so we've got 750. So it's going up quite quickly. And level 3 already, so a nice learning curve with this as well. And you can already tell there are different waves. This is great, this. A lot moving on screen at the same time. You have to bear in mind this is 1983. So 8-bit glory. Now I do suspect these aliens could go on a kamikaze run every so often. But when you only got 1 alien left here, make sure you're not shot by that. Otherwise you have to start the whole thing again. Well, the whole level I should say. Good, level 4. I do have a cheat for infinite lives which we could put in. Oops, if I don't do very well. But we'll hold off that for a moment. This. So let's try, should we try a different speed this time? So that was normal. You've got fast and slow. Press FN or S to change the speed. So we might do that. Now you can use joystick on this as well, but I couldn't get that quite to work on this version. So we're using keys, but there's only 3 sort of like keys there: left, right, and shoot really. And we're dead. Dead as a can of spam. Now, in these space shooters, they always seem to be influenced somehow by Star Wars. You'll see the red zombie. That's a TIE fighter, is it? That's no zombie. But it's a great name, Space Zombies. Now, I don't know if there's a film with the same name, but there should be if there isn't. If you're a film producer and there isn't one, write it. It sounds like the perfect B-movie name. No real backstory to this, other than zombies are attacking you in space. Yellow ship looks original, doesn't look like anything else I've ever seen. So it's not copying the Starship Enterprise or the Millennium Falcon, so that's original. Would have been good to see these space aliens have sort of like, or the space zombies have sort of like names, because zombie really is the undead. It's the dead coming alive again, raising from the grave. I don't know what grave these things are raised from, but if I saw them like that, I'd, yeah. So slow was probably the same speed as normal. I didn't notice there's a great difference there. Let's put it on fast. If it was a difference, it was a very unique difference, a very small difference. So wave 1, they just seem to go around in a circle, but they're firing straight away. The waves are going to get, oh dear, the waves are going to get more complicated each time per stage. So overall, although this isn't a game I would come back to, I don't think, it plays quite well. It's good for 1983, and as a kid I would have been quite impressed with it. I would have played this quite a bit back in the day, but not really now. You might not have heard of this game, well worth checking out. Not sure what other systems it come out on, but there's a lot of shooter variants, especially in 8-bit land, and what this does is quite original. There's nothing exactly like it that I've played so far, so it gets kudos for that. Now, one bad thing is your manoeuvrability. When an alien shoots at you, if you're in the row of it, then there's no way of getting out of it. So maybe a good tip of this game is to keep moving continuously. See, look, I had no chance there. But this is on fast. Yeah, that was seemed a little bit quicker than normal, but I was jibber-jabbering again, which probably made it a bit worse. So let's put it on normal. Have you played this game? Did you own it back in the day? If you did, then let me know. It's all about sharing memories, retro stuff. Because as I say, these shooter games were like 10 a penny. I think the last one I sort of like reviewed was a Vegetable Crash, or was it Vegetable Crash? I can't remember now, but it wasn't particularly good. You was in space and you was instead of shooting aliens, you were shooting vegetables. Yeah, I know. So check that one out. I don't know if the idea was to try and get kids to eat a bit healthily, so it's like subliminal programming it in. But yeah. So if you got a choice as a kid to fight anything in space, do you want to fight vegetables or do you want to fight space zombies? I think really most kids would have said space zombies. Really. There's nothing better than blasting a space zombie to bits than an aubergine. That's just my opinion. I might be wrong. There's a lot of crazy kids out there. You might have been one of them. Right, so we're zipping along here. One left, boom. Level 3. Right, come on. Yeah, when they're at an arc there, they don't tend to shoot. But when you get down to the last one, it seems to be a lot easier. Level 4, right, we're zipping along now at the amazing speed. Check out the different waves per stage. See how it gets more difficult each time. I think the amount of space zombies, though, is technically the same. It's just they move in a more complicated way and maybe fire more stuff at you as we go through. But as I say, the star drop is good in this. It just gives you a nice sense of movement where otherwise you'd think it'd be quite static and the aliens come at you. Your yellow ship is actually travelling through space. Fantastico. Fantastico. Da, 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 da. And other space tunes are available. Come on, just take that one. Good. Level 6. Good. Right, they're coming straight there. They're gonna, yeah, here we go. They're going to do that crazy party thing. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so I don't know how many stages there are on this thing. I'm guessing it goes up forever and ever. Another one of those games I'd like to see the programming of this one. I don't think it's going to get a space remake. If it did, you'll probably be a first-person shooter and you'll be on a space station or something like that, with maybe the occasional bit like this in between as you're going from space station to planet. Now that sounds like a good game, doesn't it? Space Zombies, take the name, make a better game. Or a more involved game, should we say, because 83, this wasn't bad. Pretty good. Doesn't crash, it moves smoothly, it's quite basic what you have to do, it's presented well. No real intro music, but as I say, I wouldn't really expect that from a game of this sort of era. Cool, look, they're getting really complicated now. As you've noticed, probably noticed already, a little while ago we put the poke on for infinite lives. So you see the lives there in the bottom left, they're not going down, but I'll turn that off in a moment, because as I say, I could be dying every 2 seconds here in a minute. Right, they're all over the place like crazies. As I say, if you get shot, you can't continue the level from where you left off. You have to start the level from scratch. You do have to shoot them all in one go. Right, one left. One meanie. Don't kamikaze into me, because sometimes they do. Come on. Come on, little zombie. Good. Level 9. Oh, they're going insane now. Right, calm down, lads. It's a zombie infestation in space. I mean, if a zombie raised from the grave and is in space, I don't think he'd last very long, or she'd last very long. Where are these zombies from? They're from space. I keep telling you this. Right. So people that died in space, yeah, and aliens. Right. Yeah. It's best to hold your finger on the fire button here for continuous fire. Looks like level 10's next, I predict. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, boom, right, level 10, I was right. How about that then? Now, I was going to get to a point where I'm going to start dying every 2 seconds, but we've pretty much seen how the whole game plays now, haven't we, really? You're this basic ship down at the bottom. There's space zombies, which are causing hell, possibly in your sector of the solar system, Earth. They're probably coming towards the Earth, but it doesn't say that in the instructions. It just says this is the meanest and most addictive game ever produced. Is it still in 2018, the time this has been recorded, is it still the meanest game ever produced? Well, I'm not sure. Now, hardcore gamers wouldn't want to go back to 1983 if that is the case. As I say, 83, I'd say this was a good game. Was it the meanest one ever? Well, nah. I like Space Raiders, that was good. But this is a lot more technically gifted than Space Raiders, because all the different patterns these things are doing. I think this would have to go down as a from a historic point of view as one of these hidden gems, because I'm not sure how well this sold back in the day. I think it was a full price game, so probably about $5.95 or something. Seems quite expensive now, but you know, you got your money's worth compared to your Atari 2600 cartridges, which couldn't do a lot more, and they were quite expensive for sure. If you recognise any of those star systems going past, let me know. Level 11. Yeah, I think there are slightly more aliens this time, isn't there? So I lied before. Quite a lot of TIE Fighter things on the screen. I think we'll probably turn the poke off in a minute and leave the thing to its own devices. And then we'll get out of here. Right. Come on. Poof. Ooh. Yes, this is getting a bit embarrassing now. Not many lives left to go. Yeah, that's my last life. So I think we'll leave that one there. Hope you liked having a look at that one. I didn't mind that game. I think it was quite good for the era, but hasn't aged particularly well. That was Space Zombies on the ZX Spectrum, published by Mikro Gen in 1983. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're more than welcome. A big thanks to everyone that subscribed to the channel as well, helping it grow. Really appreciated. If you want to help a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Have a look at that site, see what it's all about. And until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.